Do you ever feel like you're backpedaling even though you're following the rules? You work long hours, tolerate your boss, you get an annual raise, and you try to save money and budget wherever you can.
Clearly, you're working the known system for financial success, but something is very wrong.
The rules are not working. The system is broken down.
You're barely making ends meet, let alone getting ahead.
And retirement? Forget it. You're living day by day. You want to build financial security and wealth, but it's just not happening.
So where exactly has playing by the rules gotten you?
If you can change your outlook, change some of your values, and change your rules, you'll find there's a whole other set of rules out there that are more conducive for people who want to be rich.
Financial expert, educator, successful investor, and best-selling author Robert Kiyosaki is about to give you the information you need to implement a realistic, achievable plan of building and growing wealth.
Kiyosaki is the New York Times best-selling author of, among other books, Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
To date, the series has sold 20 million plus copies worldwide. Today, Kiyosaki shares his revolutionary wisdom with you, just as his rich dad shared it with him.
It's information that can take you from working for money to your money working for you.
Information that can set you free.
The story of Rich Dad, Poor Dad is really a story of two different fathers with two different sets of values and completely different sets of advice. So I don't mean to insult anybody or, to damage your values, but really that was the difference. For example, my poor dad always said, go to school, get good grades, get a high-paying job, work hard, live below your means, save money, get out of debt, have a good retirement plan. And that was my poor dad's values. My rich dad said, you probably won't get rich doing that way because very few people get rich following that plan. If you take a look at this 40-year run on the dollar is designed economically to lose money every single year. So why would you save something that loses money every year? And what this means with somebody on retirement plans is that after you retire, the value of your dollar goes down and your cost of living keeps going up. To my rich dad, that was bad advice and made no sense. Again, it was different values. An important diagram my rich dad showed me when I was a little boy was a diagram known as a cash flow quadrant. And the quadrant is made up of the four different people who make up the world of business. So my rich dad said, in the world of business, there's E's. And E's stand for employees. An employee, he says, you can always tell who they are by their core values. And what the employee, whether the president or the janitor of the company, will always say the same words. The words are, I'm looking for a safe, secure job with benefits. That's what makes them an employee, because their core values are security. The other one of the four is the S, or the small business owner or the self-employed. And again, their core values will cause them to use the same words, which are, if you want it done right, do it by yourself. S means they're also solo. They're generally one-person act, or they operate by themselves. On the right side of the quadrant are the B's. And what Rich Dad said the B stood for was big business, or like Bill Gates. Forbes defines big business as 500 employees or more. And their words are different. They say, I'm looking for a good system, a good network, and the smartest people I know to help run my business. So they're unlike the S. They don't want to run the company by themselves. They want smart people to run their companies for them. And then the fourth of the quadrant is the I, and I stands for investor. These are people who have money work hard for them. These people are people who have people work hard for them. And these are the people that work hard for the rich here. So early on in my life, it was my poor dad who always said to me, Robert, go to school and get a high-paying job. And so my poor dad's core value was to be an employee. He wanted job security, promotions, a steady paycheck, and all this. And so it was my rich dad who said to me, he says, Robert, if you really want to be rich, learn to build businesses. It made more sense to him to work hard to build a business, something you owned, and something you could pass on for generation to generation to your kids. Whereas my poor dad said work hard, but my rich dad said, why would you work hard for something you'll never own and you can get fired from right away? Again, that was a difference in values. So my rich dad suggested I learn how to be a business owner and learn how to be an investor. And that's one of the big differences. On this side of the quadrant, these people here work for security. They work for money also. On this side over here, their key value that they want is they want freedom. They don't want to have to work at a job anymore. They don't want to have.
Hi there, my name is William Bud Gregg. I'm 46 years old and I'm coming to you today from Chandler, Arizona, where I currently live with my beautiful wife and our 2 boys. I felt compelled today to do a video to show my gratitude to Carbon Copy Pro. I have a 15-year background in real estate, and in 2005 I personally owned over $20 million worth of real estate, and by early 2009 I had short sold and or foreclosed on all of it. 2009, 2010 is a new beginning for myself, and like 79 million other people, yourself included right now, I turned to the internet for some answers. Now when I was doing my due diligence online, I figured out 3 things. Number 1, you need a product. You need a good, ethical product that is unique and recession-proof. Number 2, you need a marketing system to market that product. Basic enough, right? And number 3, there's a learning curve on the internet, folks. For some it's longer than others, but there's a curve, and you need training. You need mentorship. I found Carbon Copy Pro, and they had all of that. We have all of that. We've got a recession-proof, incredible, ethical, long-term product. We've got a step-by-step marketing system to help you market that. And we've got the best entrepreneurs in the world, period, to mentor you one-on-one. So from my family to the community here at Carbon Copy Pro, William Bud Gregg just saying thank you. And I look forward to seeing you guys at the next live marketing event. Have a great day.
Hi everyone, my name is Delilah and I'm a Carbon Copy Pro member, and I just wanted to talk to you for a minute about Carbon Copy Pro, the system, and how it has dramatically changed my life as well as my husband Michael's life. He'll talk with you in a moment. Just wanted to let you know that we've been with Carbon Copy Pro for a year, and not only has our life changed dramatically in the financial sense, but we have gained so much freedom, and I think that's really been the best part about it, is the freedom to do all the things that we really love to do, which is travel and spend time with friends and family. We went to Europe. We are planning a Southeast Asia trip. We have explored our country and traveled to a lot of states that we've always wanted to go to. We've been able to treat friends and family to great dinners out and on little weekend getaways, so it's really been a blast. I can't say enough about the system that Aaron and Jay created, and the last thing I have to say is one of the best things about being at home is being able to spend time with this little cutie Bailey. So thanks for watching. Bye.
Hi, Michael here, Delilah's husband, and I want to take another minute here and talk about Carbon Copy Pro. As she said, we have been with Carbon Copy Pro for the last year, and it has dramatically changed a lot of things for us. We wake up whenever we want. We pretty much do whatever we want whenever we want to do it. We're only working about 3 to 4 hours a day now, where before we used to work 8, 10, 12 hours a day. And that was a typical work day for us, 5 days a week. And now we're working so much less. We're actually almost tripled our income this year with Carbon Copy Pro, and we've been able to take all the trips that we've always wanted to take and do all the things that we've wanted to do. And I just want to share with you a few of them so we can take a look here, and you can see some of the places that we've been this year. And we've really enjoyed ourselves. And you'll see here, we were actually dirt biking here when the summer started, and we took some hikes through the mountains of Northern California up towards Lake Tahoe, which was beautiful. We really enjoyed that. Did some kayaking. And then we headed on down to Southern California. We went to Disneyland, and we went to the beach down in Huntington Beach and Laguna Beach. We headed back up to Napa Valley, and we spent some time in Napa Valley. Then we headed to Europe in April, and we went to Rome and Florence, and then we also went to Venice. And then from Venice we went up to Budapest, Hungary, where we met Jay Kubasek, the founder of Carbon Copy Pro, and we were able in some of the salt baths. And then we headed back to Phoenix after Europe, where we had our live Carbon Copy Pro live training event, where we played golf and went to Sedona. And then we headed over to New York, and we went to the Carbon Copy Pro offices in New York, met up with Jay and Mike Dillard, and walked through Central Park. And we ended up on 5th Avenue with Jay and Aaron Parkinson, and one of the top earners with Carbon Copy Pro. Back to Monterey, with some friends and family, kind of bi-coastal there. Then over to Vegas. We had an event in Vegas with some friends. I also got an award, $10,000 award from Carbon Copy Pro. And then up to San Francisco. Spent some time with some friends and family who wanted to see San Francisco. And now we're carving pumpkins, getting ready for October and Halloween. So that's kind of been our 9 months in a nutshell. And I just wanted to show you a couple of the places we've been and the trips we've been on. And we thanks you so much for taking the time to watch this video. And thanks to Jane Aaron for creating Carbon Copy Pro. Bye.